Yo, what is going on YouTube? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing out there today, man? I hope you're doing well. Okay, so today we're going to be checking out some David Bowie, Life on Mars. This is a donation request, so thank you so much for supporting the channel in that way. I really appreciate it. Now, this is a very interesting and meaningful request right here and timely, okay? So if we checked out this information, I'm going to go ahead and read this out. It says, "Hi, Sean. I have to make a Bowie request since today, January 8th, which is the day that I'm receiving this request, is his birthday, and January 10th is the anniversary of his death in 2016. Rest in peace, Mr. David Bowie." We've got the official video right here for Life on Mars. Thanks so much. But thank you so much for the donation requests, and thank you, Mr. David Bowie, for all that you put out, man. I love that my last reaction to David Bowie was a live one. I got to check out Heroes. Just as equally as important as that song was to me, and that performance was learning a little bit about David Bowie. I love when you get to see some of the personality up there on stage. I love when you get to understand a little bit about their character. Our character is us, right? It's one thing to know and fall in love with somebody with their art and what they create, but it's another thing to be able to get exposure to their soul and their person and their personality. I love that. I love that. So sorry, I'm just kind of going off on my own thoughts with that one. So we're going to release this one on January 9th. We'll be right in the cusp, right in the center. So let's go ahead and check this out, man. And, you know, I think he sounds like he had a wonderful journey here on Earth, man. And, of course, some trials. We all get them, right? We all get them, man. But at the end, looks like he overcame and got to live a good life out at the end. I don't know everything about David Bowie, just a little bit I've learned here on the channel, but what I do know is his art and what he's put out into the world I've come to love so far. So let's go ahead and check out Life on Mars, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in with me here today. Happy birthday today to Mr. David Bowie, and rest in peace as well, man. Let's go ahead and jump in.
It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mummy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a sad thing for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the low man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if you'll ever know who's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars?
The piano too. Crazy.
It's on America's tortured brow that Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow. Now the workers have struck for fame, 'cause Lennon's on sale again. See the mice in their million hordes, from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads. Rule Britannia is out of bounds, to my mother, my dog and clowns. But the film is a sad thing for, 'cause I wrote it 10 times or more. It's about to be writ again, and I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go.
say life on Mars.
Very creative with the music, man. The music choice is exquisite. Exquisite. Very good, man. I love Bowie's voice, of course. Very good stuff, man. Very stylish, man, as well. Very stylish. I don't know. I know he has different personalities, personas, I guess. You know, alter egos maybe for his stage hands, for his stage performances. So I don't know exactly who we're looking at right now, because I don't know them that well yet. So I don't know if this is Ziggy, maybe. Looks closest to that character out of the ones I've seen so far. So you guys can fill me in and let me know some of that. But maybe we'll find out when I look it up. I'm going to look this up. Sounds almost like a tragic tale happening here with some of the lyrics I caught on to. So I can't wait to dive in and see exactly what we're getting right here on the background of Life on Mars. I'm interested in learning the background of this song and its lyrical content and components, where he derived this story from and what we're talking about. The music was great, man. Those keys immediately just pull you into the mood for the song, and they hold that and they build upon it. They give you bass, they give you orchestral kind of instruments coming in here. A little bit guitar work. I mean, you get everything, but those keys is the bedrock for what we're building on this song, man. His voice, man, he makes sure to keep it in a tone that's striking you emotionally, man. So I loved it. I love this. But more Life on Mars, I'm very curious, man. Let's go ahead and jump into some of the history on this and see what we can gather. All right, so checking out Life on Mars right here. We got this song released in 1973. Okay, it's from the album Hunky Dory. So 1973, man. This is The Man Who Sold the World. So that's another thing. B-side of The Man Who Sold the World. That's one song I 100% want to check out, because is that the same one that Nirvana did? With Kurt Cobain, because that's the only version I know of that song. Learning about David Bowie, I've seen this title before with David Bowie, so I'd love to, at some point, I need to hit up that version to see what the original sound like. I'm very familiar with Nirvana / Kurt Cobain's version of that. So we got Life on Mars. It's a song by the English singer-songwriter David Bowie, first released on his 1971 album Hunky Dory. Bowie wrote the song as a parody of Frank Sinatra's My Way. Life on Mars was recorded on 6 August 1971 at Trident Studios in London and was co-produced by Bowie and Ken Scott. Bowie's backing band consisted of guitarist and string arranger Mick Ronson, bassist Trevor Bolder, drummer Mick Woodmansey, and Straub's member Rick Wakeman. Hey, Rick Wakeman on here as well, man. That is brilliant. I love that. I love that. No wonder why I was just so in love with the piano on this. Not surprising. Life on Mars is primarily a glam rock ballad with elements of cabaret and art rock. It has complex structure that includes chord changes throughout. The lyrics are about a girl who goes to a cinema to escape reality and include surreal images that reflect optimism and effects of Hollywood. So yeah, I definitely caught that on the early lyrics. The first verses we come into the song, you can gather that it's this girl and she's in a situation that isn't meant for her. She's meant for something bigger and greater, right? And she's running off to pursue these dreams and create this. So at the height of Bowie's fame as Ziggy Stardust, RCA Records issued Life on Mars as a single on June 1973 in United Kingdom, where it peaked at number 3. To promote the single, photographer Mick Rock filmed a video that showed Bowie in makeup and a turquoise suit. Love the suit color, by the way. That suit was amazing. Singing the song against a white backdrop. Bowie frequently performed Life on Mars during his concert, and the song has appeared on numerous compilation albums. Scott remixed the song in 2003 and 2016, the latter being a stripped-down mix. So going into the background and writing on this, it says, in early 1968, David Bowie's publisher David Platts was sharing a London office with another music publisher named Jeffrey Heath. One day, Heath arrived with an acetate disc of 1967 French song "Kami de Habitude," maybe, which was composed by Claude and Jacques and sung by Francois. Heath, who had limited option for the song's British rights, asked Platts for a songwriter to write English lyrics for that song. Platts suggested Bowie, who had translated other songs for him. Bowie's manager, Kenneth Pitt, believed Bowie was a more competent lyricist than a composer, and that if Bowie wrote to a strong melody composed by someone else, it would guarantee him a hit. Bowie's translation, which was titled "Even a Fool Learns to Love," was influenced by his recent work as a mime artist and included a reference to his 1967 track "When I Live My Dreams." Why am I not surprised that Bowie did some mime kind of art? In a 2002 interview with Michael Parkinson, Bowie said that he wrote some really terrible lyrics to it. After Bowie recorded an unreleased demo of that song in February 1968, the song's French publisher rejected him, primarily due to his obscurity. Soon after, songwriter Paul Anka bought the rights to that song and rewrote it as My Way, which was recorded and made famous by the American singer Frank Sinatra in 1969. The success of My Way promoted Bowie to write Life on Mars as a parody of Sinatra's recording. He told Parkinson, "That really made me angry for so long, for about a year. Eventually I thought, I can write something as big as that, and I'll write one that sounds a bit like it." Bowie acknowledged My Way's influence in their liner notes for Hunky Dory, which state Life on Mars was inspired by Frankie. So using My Way as a basis, Bowie wrote Life on Mars relatively quickly. In the liner notes for the 2008 compilation I Select, Bowie wrote, "He began humming the melody in the park in Beckenham, Kent, after returning home to Haddon Hall and writing the rest of the song that afternoon on piano, which he mainly used to compose other songs." Bowie believed using that song as its basis was not theft, but a statement of rightful ownership. Yeah, man, I mean, they reached out to him, they didn't like his version of it, and he ended up being like, it became a hit with Frank Sinatra, and Bowie was like, nah, this ain't happening on my watch me do something about this, and he did something about it. So a little bit of thoughts on the lyrics of it. It says, according to the British radio station BBC Radio 2, Life on Mars has one of the strangest lyrics ever, consisting of a slew of surreal images like a Salvador Dali painting. Spitz said that the song has a theme of optimism. In the song, a girl with mousy hair visits a cinema to escape from reality. Sanford writes, it sets up a complex parallel world in which the cinema becomes life. After the girl becomes hooked to the silver screen, Bowie uses an array of images that are typical of films, naming Mickey Mouse, John Lennon, Rule Britannia, Ibiza, and Norfolk. Bowie goes on to say that he sums up Life on Mars as a sensitive young girl's reaction to media. In 1997, he said, "I think she finds herself disappointed with reality. That although she's living in the doldrums of reality, she's being told that there's a far greater life somewhere, and she bitterly disappointed that she doesn't have access to it." Okay, I can understand that, right? We're always told about all these other things that we could be doing and how life could be so much better if we did these things, but she's feeling like it's so far away, especially when you're dreaming really big. You're thinking big talent, big star. She wants it, she feels it, she can conquer it, but how? How do I get from point A to point B? How do I get there? That's the life that I want. And so this is that frustration that she cannot capture it so easy. How? I don't have access to it. How can I make this a reality? Especially, you got to think, where is she at in the world, right? Where is she at in the world? Is she out in the country somewhere away from LA, right? Far away from LA, just somewhere far away from places where you can gain success, rural areas. It's got to be a much harder thought. You know, you got to escape, you know, you got to get away. Life on Mars, this place that I want to be, is so far away. I want to get there. I want my life on Mars. I want my life on this place that feels like it's unreachable for me. All right, so that's what I'm gathering with this one, and from reading this, I know it's been a long one, so thank you guys for sticking with me to this point. If you did, really appreciate that. Let me know what your thoughts on this one are, but Life on Mars, man, makes you wonder, right? That life that we all want, those goals that we set for ourselves that are hard to achieve, all these things in between. That's our life on Mars, man. The thoughts that we haven't yet had become our reality. That's our life on Mars. Our thoughts are there. We want to get there, right? So that's the way I'm taking this song now. So really cool, filling in the blanks there for me. Rest in peace, Mr. David Bowie. Thank you so much for the donation request right here. I hope all of y'all enjoyed rocking with me here today, man. If you did, please consider becoming a member here on my YouTube or Patreon as little as $3, man. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Happy birthday. Happy late birthday. And rest in peace, man, Mr. David Bowie. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.